get up. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, right now. We go party till we black out. So get the fuck up.
figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind, and all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. So we can fly again.
speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, get the body till we black out. So get the fuck up.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Simplay Motorsport. Hope you're very, very well. And it's a lovely Thursday evening here at Brno compared to last night where the rain was around and where it was very, very wet for both races. But it's me, Matthew Duffin, back in your commentary box with Nicky once again. Both back together and both under the weather. Nicky recovering from COVID. Me recovering from the deadlier disease of the man flu, and for the men in the chat, I'm sure you can all get behind me and say that that is the real killer. But we're here in the Czech Republic at Brno, and what a sight it is to see. Nicky was too busy at Toys R Us last night to drive, so I'm told from Kelly. But it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted I missed out last night, but I still haven't seen the stream, so I'm a bit naughty on that one. So I don't know how Laney did, I don't know how Ben did, I don't even know how you did, I don't know who won any races. You're going to have to...
Do you want a little summary?
Yeah, go for it.
Ben was on my arse for 8 laps, overtook me, then it rained, and then I was on Ben's arse for a couple of laps, and then he thought, I'm going to just drop it at the second to last corner on the last lap, and I came through for the race 1 win. Laney had a few spins, I think finished about 5th. Race 2, Ben Parkey went. I didn't see him for the rest of the race. He won that race, and I got 3rd place. Laney, again off the podium, had a few problems. But it was rather fun. And Palaver up there in that Audi again with me and Ben. Really good fun last night. Really good racing. And if Ben is watching, really what a pleasure that was to race with you, because that was phenomenal.
Ben is unbelievable, isn't he?
So I'm told he's got a world record.
He's got a few world records.
But there's one important one he's just got, so I'm led to believe. Wow. He's just got the Monza in LMP2, which is, funnily enough, Nicky, where we're at next in the World Endurance.
Well, yes.
So when Dan told me, I had a great giggle about this and said, well, you ain't winning that race, are you?
I'll tell you what, we've had so much talk about that 6 hours. That 6 hours was so much fun.
Obviously, because we've not seen you since then, obviously with your COVID. So this is first time. It was a great event, wasn't it? It's now the most viewed video at Simplay Motorsport. What an event, the whole thing.
It was brilliant, and Ben was absolutely gutted what happened to Dan. Honestly, he was so wanted that race to carry on. It was such a good battle with them two, and it was a good race. It was unfortunate with Laney. He messed up and didn't load his setup, so he had to go default and had a few issues. And I think he sort of caved in towards the end and just chucked the AI out for most of the race. But what a good load.
And you yourself had a cracking battle with Fury for the whole what seemed the whole 6 hours.
Oh, that was brilliant. There was one point where we went into the, I don't know if you noticed, we went into the pits together, and my pit crew, I had a quick stop, so I pulled out, and I noticed Fury was still, his pit crew was still working on his car, so I pulled over in the pits and waited for him. I enjoyed the battle so much, I waited for Fury to come out, and just to have that battle again. It was brilliant. I had such a good crack with Fury. It was brilliant.
It was fantastic to see. It was fun. It was a brilliant event, and I can't wait for the next one in February. Well, in February. I can't wait for the next one in 2 weeks' time. Yeah,
Yes.
2 weeks. 2 weeks this Saturday at Monza, 19th of February. So if you're not busy, get on and tune in for that one, because we should. I think we've got a bit more of a full grid for the GTEs now as well. So that's going to be a fun night. But we're here for the GT3s tonight, Nicky. Brno, mainly known as a motorbike circuit. What do you know about
GT,
it? What
yeah.
can you tell us about it?
Well, me and Ben Parker are big MotoGP fans as well as car fans. So we know this track from watching MotoGP. So it's got a lot of late apexes, as everybody knows. So because the bikes swing in, don't they? So it's
Yeah.
a bit of a different line they take and everything. But it's a brilliant track. For MotoGP, love it. Absolutely love it. I was testing on this the other night with the lads. Had a brilliant setup. Felt really good. But yeah, I just gutted I missed out on the race last night. But
Yeah, it is a tricky track in these GT cars. Like you say, I'm not a bike fan myself, but the bikes, you can tell it's designed not for cars, but for the bikes to swing in and get through the corners. But what a challenging track it is in itself for the GT3 cars.
yeah, it's the thing is with this track, it's not a high-speed track. You're in the corner, out of that corner, straight down through the gears. It's a lot of gear changes in this track. It's corner after corner after corner. So it's going to test a few people, I feel, through the long stint.
100%. Into the tonight then, we've got BT Targa in race 1 will make his 50th appearance. And then we've got Xmart, his teammate, and obviously Team Prolapse roster. Be happy to see that both drivers get in their 50th. Xmart makes his in race 2. No one making their 100th tonight. But we've got this man who's on a title challenge. I'm just going to run through the tables quickly. Fury leads the title on 103 points, 24 clear of Andy. But Fury is the only driver to have taken his double points. There is one driver tonight on double points, and we'll get to that one just before race 2 starts. Obviously, we don't want to give anything away at the moment. Andy, though, in second place. He's 4 points clear of Dan. BT Targa's back in 4th. He's some 24 points off the back of Dan already at this moment in time. He's got Gary 5 behind him, with Maze Gamer 2 behind Gary. Sutty's 2 behind Maze. D Biggs is 2 behind Sutty. Argent's 2 behind Biggs. Disco's 2 points behind Argent. And Peaceful's 2 points behind Disco. So that midfield, that 5th to 10th, to 11th, is so tight at the minute. It could go anybody's way. And I know this is only round 7 and 8 out of 24 rounds. But this early on, that tight is fantastic. Xmart's then a bit further back from Peaceful. He's 6 points behind him in 12th. He's a point out of Monkey Boy, who's 10 clear of Little Each in 14th. And then it's Emo Guy and Kelly a point behind him, bringing up the rear. In the Constructors' title, it's Slingshot Motorsport, who lead the way at the moment, tied on points with Shake and Bake Motorsport, the current defending Pro Constructors champions. Sandbags Motorsport are only a point behind them, so the top 3 are so close in that as well. Forever Forward Racing, they've had a good couple of weeks for Maze Gamer and Argent. They're in 4th with Team Prolapse 5th, 4 points off the back. Leeds Motorsport are then in 6th with Simplay Racing in 7th, and Audio Sport Prolapse down in 8th place. That's your tables. I'll leave you to do. You wanted to say something off air. I'm just going to pop out the room a second because I need to cough like mad. So I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to do a big shout out to Mark Afford and his family, his little girl Lily. She come down with leukemia over Christmas, so it's a bit of a touch and go thing for them over Christmas. But she's getting better. I just want to do a big shout out to him and his family and to little Lily. Hope you get better soon, and all the best to you, all of you. It's not a nice thing to have over Christmas, and Mark is such a nice guy. So just wanted to say a big respect from him, from the Prolapse guys as well, as he's a Prolapse driver. So hope Lily gets better soon, mate. All the best from all of us, from me at Simplay as well.
Yeah, all the best, Mark. I've spoke to Mark several times. He's a top bloke, and yeah, we do wish all the best with your daughter's hopefully speedy recovery as well from Prolapse and Simplay. Obviously, all the thoughts are shared across for that one. Evening to PN Motorsport, Mace Gamer Smithy. Well, she Peaceful Stepdad and Fury's Granddad in the chat. Who are we missing at the moment? There is one driver missing. And I can't think who. Yeah, there's only 15. Monkey Boy not currently there at the moment. So hopefully he can get in. Got plenty of time, 11 minutes still left in this practice session. If you are new to Simplay Motorsport, hit that subscribe button. We are 7 subscribers away from the 200 mark. And as well as that, this season seems to be getting bigger and stronger, and every race seems to be getting better and better in terms of your guys' support and views and likes. And this season's been a real push. Not only just the GT3s, but the F1 and the World Endurance seem to be a big hit at the moment. So do obviously tune in and hit that like button, subscribe if you are new as well for all the other content.
Motorsport rules.
It does. Fact.
It does. I'm looking forward to seeing this man do well tonight in that Ferrari.
Yes. He's due one. Not had a good one since Red Bull Ring. So he's due a good result. And hopefully he can get a result back and get the points on the board for himself and the team, because he's not had the best. Oh, that's, I think, Arjun, who's just had a wiggle and gone off. But
unusual.
He's due. It is unusual. Hey, you say that. It is this season, because he's actually up there this year. He's actually been quite consistent. But no, Mike, he's due a good result, and I hope he can get it tonight, because he is. He's a
quick driver.
Yeah.
And I've tested with him a few nights, and we was testing before this season, and I can't remember, he was in a different car, and then he just jumped in his Ferrari, and oh my God, he just flew around. I can't remember what track we was doing, but he was gone, and it was unbelievable. And he's quick, he's just been unlucky. And it's
and that's the thing. That's why he's been in the Mercedes as well. He's always seemed to be in the wrong place, wrong time. I mean, last week he was involved with Dan. You don't often see Dan getting many mistakes, but that was the case last night. Evening to Fury's mum in the chat. Evening to Laura. Come on, Fury, she says. And well, she's saying the Simplay posse. Big shout out to Smithy, who stepped in last week while Nicky was dying with COVID. Not the man flu, that's the real killer. But just want to say a big massive shout out to Smithy, because a lot of people praised Smithy last week for the job he did stepping in. So cheers for that, buddy. There's a lot of cars here. Oh, he took the mick out of this man especially, because he's a family friend of Gary and Little Leeches, and he kept saying this boy was sightseeing every time he went into the gravel and things. It was a good laugh last night.
I know somebody else who does a lot of sightseeing. DJ Field likes parking up quite a lot and having little views and things like that.
Oh, he did that a bit last night.
Oh, did he?
He did that a bit. What about the news that came out last night? Big news came out last night. If you're not on the Simplay group or Discord, you wouldn't have seen it. The man who's just
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. All in when I show up, whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden.
getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. All in when I show up, whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.
Ladies and gentlemen, apologies about this slight delay. Not sure what happened. I got signed out of PSN and hopefully we are good to go for the rest of the night. We are back though with qualifying as the session of practice came to an end by the time I'd got everything back up and running. So we are pretty much heading into a qualifying session anyway. But we're back live. Brno, everybody is in as well, which is a good thing to see. Monkey Boy, as I said, as I was jumping around the parties to explain the situation, was hot wiring his PlayStation to the internet because it was struggling on the Wi-Fi apparently, so it sounds like he's dragged all the cables out and got them all plugged in straight away. But we're back live now for the 10-minute session at Brno. And who's your tip for pole then, Kelly? Nicky?
Right, tonight...
Matthew, I'm going to be...
Yeah, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be... yeah. I'm going to say BT tonight.
For pole? Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be boring. And I'm going to go Andy once again because I think he's hard to beat for pole position.
Yeah, he's a bit of the pole king, isn't he,
yeah.
Andy?
The most pole positions at Simplay Motorsport. He's already said on an interview he'd love to convert them to more into wins. But either way, he's the king of the pole position here at Simplay Motorsport. And to his name, he has 22 pole positions, which isn't bad going, is it really?
No, Andy's really good. He's very consistent as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's a lot of the time with these races, it's luck. I find if you get yourself in the right place at the right time, you're okay. You get caught up in a little bit of a scuffle, and sometimes that's it. You've got to fight back to it. And
the thing is with this pro season as well, is I found last night, is I got a bit of damage last night, repaired him a pit stop. So then I couldn't catch Ben and Plava because we was just lapping the same. In this pro category, every driver is pretty much within a second and a half of each other. So you make one mistake, get that little bit of damage, you've got to pray for a miracle because there's no catching these guys. Because when you're all lapping the same, that's not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, you know, us like the Pro Laps guys, we love the faster stuff. We love the Formula Renaults. We love the LMP2s. We love speed. And with that, when we've all raced together, the likes of like Ben and Dan, when we're all together on a server, especially, and with you as well, if you lot are gone, you lot are gone.
Yeah.
And some of the rest of us, we're just like, right, we're just going to stick with consistency and just make a plan. That's exactly what happened on that 6-hour race. Ben and Dan were just in a league of their own and just went, see you later. We'll lap you on lap 5.
Yeah. You, Fury, X, Mark Laney all sort of stuck together. Come on, lads, we'll just battle each other for a bit. Let them to have their own race. And no, yeah.
Mart is really quick in the LMP2s as well. Mart is... Yeah. He can get up there. So I was kind of matching pace with Fury, and I was happy with that. So, yeah. I mean, Welshie was in the LMP2s as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was meant to be sharing a drive with Keegs, but Keegs obviously... We're not seeing him this season much, so he didn't... Welshie did the whole 6 hours himself and was sort of learning the LMP2. And by the end of the night was like, I could do a season in this.
They are such good cars. And I'll tell you what, Welshie, if you're listening, get on with us lot and we'll help you with a nice setup. And then... Because I felt he was struggling a bit with it.
He had a bit of a Laney situation, so Dan sent him his Silverstone setup, which we know is pretty quick. Because we had to restart it because of people being lagged out.
Yeah.
He then forgot to load it and said, I'm all over the place. Was on the hard tyre when it was like 10 degrees. Pitted for the softs, didn't have the outright pace, but was more consistent and better. There you go, look, Andy, 58.0 straight out the block. So a good start from him. He looks like he's going to either cool the tyres down or return to the pits. Emo Guy and Biggs have crossed line. Dan of 58.2 as well. But Andy setting the early pace.
D Biggs is good. Where's BT? See where BT is on track. It's just crossed the line. Whoa.
Oh, close. Ooh. Close. Very, very close. And this will be the qualifying for his 50th race as well. So,
yeah, he's ditched it. Here's my man. I've got to follow my man.
You missing him?
Teammate. I miss Kelly. Yeah, he's brilliant. Such a good couple of seasons with him. He is such a top bloke and such a good laugh. Me and him had every race was brilliant. He's an absolute legend, and yeah, love you, Kelly. You're the best.
Struggling a bit this year, though, isn't he? Obviously, comes up to the pro in the McLaren.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I've been struggling with McLaren. I thought I was going to settle in with it. I haven't settled in with this car at all. I've got to admit, I'm struggling with it. I'm on pace, but to me, it just feels like it's got no grunt. That's what I'm struggling with. You
think that's got no grunt? Try being sat in what I'm sat in.
Well, you seem to love that Acura. Oh, who's that just
gone? That's May's Gamer sliding through the corner. I do love the Acura. I love anything Honda. As Kelly would say, they make a great lawnmower and generator. I think they make a decent race car as well. But, hey, it's getting results at the minute and it's leading the Pro-Am, so I can't grumble. Gary there, a bit of a wiggle through the corners. He's a man as well that's not... He seems to be taking a while to get back used to that Porsche, doesn't he, after his one season in the Renault?
Yeah, I think that Renault sort of caught all of us out. It wasn't fast, but it was such a safe car to drive, and you could get it to the point where me and Kelly started to manage it, and we worked out that you can keep the pace with the Mercedes, and we started to do that. But it was a little bit too late in the season. But
do you think that had it been this season, you or Kelly would have had a bit more of a title challenge with the winter months, maybe helping that Renault out over the Mercedes-Benz? Because we've seen a lot of Mercedes-Benz dropped in the Pro-Am. There's only one Mercedes-Benz. Do you think if that was this season, you and Kelly in that Renault may have had a bit more of a shout at an outright title?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I worked really well.
That's Andy.
Mike. Was that Andy?
That's Andy in the BMW. There was tyres bouncing across the road. I wonder if he's caught the tyre wall.
Right, yeah. So he's gone straight back to the pits.
Straight.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really had a good chance with Laney. I think I've missed 2 races so far, and the first race was a bit of a nightmare for me. So, but Laney's quick.
Yeah,
and he can throw that McLaren around as well, and he can keep up with you guys. He's on pace with you two, you and Ben, which is good.
Brilliant, yeah. Really good for the championship. But yeah, like you said, I think we'll ask this question towards the end of the season of whether you've gelled with that McLaren or not come the end of the season.
Yeah, I think next race I'm going to be a lot better. I'm going to be a bit more awake with that one. So I'm going to get a little bit more. I've got to admit, this season, I haven't had enough time to practice with the car. So that is my downfall. Normally, last season, me and Kelly was practice.
Yeah.
Getting the setups right and everything. And like I say, the Donington one, we really set our heart to that Donington setup.
Yeah.
And it works so well for us.
What a setup it was. What a dominant night that was, especially for yourself, who had a really good win in a second place.
Yeah.
Race 1, absolutely dominant for the pair of you in that Renault. Next week at Fuji, I remember last season we did the night race at Fuji. The Renault seemed quite strong there as well. So
yeah, we was lacking down that straight, but through the corners. But the only thing that kept catching me and Kelly out, we run a little lower downforce just to keep up with Mercedes.
Yeah.
But it was when I was stuck behind Welshie he was in Lambo. It's dirty air.
Right.
It just threw me out. Absolutely just spat me out all the time. As soon as I started getting to a certain point behind Welshie, and I love racing with Welshie as well. I've had some wicked battles with Welshie.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying it, but yeah, as soon as I got just a little bit close to him, that was it. I just lost all traction in that Renault, and it was...
I tell you something else that's throwing me out. Disco's not going to get a lap in. He's going to start 16th and not put a lap time in here. In the pit lane, he did come out, set some sector times, but didn't complete the lap. Damage to the front of that car and hasn't had the time to get the lap in, so he is done. Here comes another long evening, he's said in the chat. Mace Gamer should get one lap in, maybe get a second bite of the cherry. But Disco, no lap, early doors. Oh, that could bite him in the rear.
Maze is that's got to be his outlap. Surely it's got to be an outlap.
10 seconds off the pace, you'd imagine so. Sutty and Kelly, the two Audio Sport Pro Laps a bit off the pace, as is Emo Guy and Monkey Boy. Little each up the top 10 at the minute. Argent in 9th so far, Fury 8th, Gary 7th, D-Biggs in 6th, Mike, Peaceful Explosion, he's up in 5th. Some way off the back of X-Smart, BT, Unorthodox and Andy, but at the minute, looking strong in that Ferrari, as Biggs has just gone quicker than him by a 10th, so Mike's going to need to find a 10th. Dan, let's go on board Dan. He was purple Sector 1, while Andy was only green Sector 1.
He's back in the pits.
Ah, right, so he's not going to finish his lap then. Here's Andy, there's BT Targa. Who's the first car of this, 4? So it's not Andy, it's not BT on the little track map.
Will it be...
It's not Mike. Mike's round, so he's probably done. Is it Maze? It's not Argent. It's not Maze. Kelly? It's Gary. Right, so we'll stick with Gary. We'll try and figure out who's just behind Gary. Hopefully we'll get a shot of the car so we know who it is. It's Emo Guy. No, that's Emo Guy. So Emo, then Andy, then BT Targa. So we can cut to these as they cross the line. So Gary at the minute, P7. Can Gary improve on that at the moment? Needs 3/4 tenths of a second to get up near Peaceful Explosion. What is it going to be for Gary, though? It's going to stay P7. Emo Guy in the background, currently down in P12. Can he improve on anything there? No, stays 12th. What about Andy? He stays on pole and cannot beat his time. BT Targa stays then in 3rd. Who's that in the background? That one is Argent, currently in 9th place. Needs a 10th of a second to go ahead of Fury. Can he find it? Yes, he can. So Argent moves himself up into P8. The next man to cross the line is not Kelly, but it's Maze Gamer. 10 seconds off the pace. What can Maze Gamer do? It's going to stay 15th. He improved, but didn't get anywhere. Argent, Kelly then. Can he improve on a P13? 4 tenths of a second he needs to find. He stays P13 for KLF, but it's that man again. It's Andy who takes pole position from Dan. BT Targa in a solid 3rd place with his teammate Xmart alongside him in 4th. Peaceful Explosion will be taking that one in 6th place. 6th place is D-Biggs is P5, apologies. Gary then in 7th place. Argent once again showing that he's getting better and better every week. 8th place for him. Out qualifying Fury, who currently leads this championship. He's only 9th fastest at the minute from Little Each. Who is he going to be back on the pace tonight? That's the question. In 10th, Monkey Boy is P11. Not the best qualifying for him. Emo Guy is down in P12 with KLF then in 13th. Sutty Apex in 14th place. And then it's Maze Gamer 15th. And Disco with Disco Face didn't get a lap in for 6th place there. But Andy does it again. That's his 23rd pole position. It's another one for the BMW. It is the BMW's 22nd pole position overall here at Simplay Motorsport, which also ties it with 22 poles for the Porsche in the Pro Series. But Porsche have been saved by the 10 pole positions in Pro-Am that keeps it third on the all-time pro list. It also gives Andy that extra point at the moment.
That was, yeah, Andy's pretty cool on these pole laps, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can he keep it on in front, though? This is the thing. You got Dan on the inside.
He's surrounded by four McLarens here, right behind him. They're the next 4 cars behind him, 4 McLarens. And the thing is it's a long run down to turn 1 here. It's not the shortest of runs down to turn 1. So the slightest weight on the line for the lights, the slightest poor start, and then 4 McLarens are going to pounce on you.
Yeah, the McLarens are pretty cool on the start, but the only thing is with them, they suffer at the start of the race with understeer. So, can Andy get round that corner better than these McLarens? That's what I'm looking at. But Mike sitting there in that Ferrari, that's what I'm looking for.
P6 at the moment, that's going to be an interesting one as well. Not only the 4 McLarens, but Mike in the Ferrari. Keep your eyes on Gary and Argent, then the row behind in the Porsche and the Mercedes-Benz. But the one to watch, I think, in this one is going to be how Disco can progress from the back of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, did he just bail out of that one? Just think, I'll go with it? I don't know. Sometimes it's safe to be at the back.
Yes, it is. Maze Gamer in the chat saying, well, that car completely changed with the server reset. So not the way that Maze would have wanted this as she go. And he's another man who we're going to have to keep our eyes on through this one, because he's another one who could charge through the field.
Maze is quick. Maze has always been quick, and I like Maze's driving style. A lot of people, he's aggressive. But I love it. I love the way he's like that. He's got the balls to go in.
Yeah, we're ready to go then here. 3 red lights, it's green, it's go. BT Targa's got an absolute blinding start, but look at the traction. That BMW get away well. It's just done enough to cover off BT Targa. Has it done enough to cover Dan off? They come down towards turn 1. Dan's going to send one up the inside. BT round the outside. These guys are 3 abreast. Gary's got a decent start as well. He's up to 5th place. BT Targa just being muscled out a little wide there. Andy has enough of a run to get back up the inside of Dan, but BT Targa's still there. Will not leave the back of that BMW alone. There's a car round in the background. I think that's KLF. Andy, though, leads Dan, trying to stay ahead of BT Targa. He does so. Gary as well, look, trying to muscle his way through past Dan. And the Season 1 and 2 Pro Champ is up the inside of BT Targa. Andy Biggs has got past, and BT's lost a few places. That's Little Each right in the background. Dan, though, still attacking Andy. Down the hill they come, and can't get the move done. Can he get the cut back? He's going to be brave to stick a nose up the inside, but I'll tell you what, great manoeuvre from Dan. Just got a nose up the inside, runs Andy out wide, a little car's width of room there. Andy at the left-hander now has that momentum and runs up the inside yet again. And these two, Nicky, within the first half a lap, as Dan's coming back at Andy, can't get it done there. Andy may be a little deeper than what he'd have liked, but he can rescue it for this next corner. And Nicky, within half a lap, these two are exchanging places like it's nobody's business.
That was an awesome few corners, but look who's up into 3rd place.
Yeah.
Gary is there, and he's waiting for one of them to make a mistake.
Here comes Dan, looking up the inside at the bottom end of the circuit. Andy manages to keep that door firmly shut. And I tell you what, I felt last night with BT Targa at my rear for most of this race, as that is Mike. Peaceful's dropped it in the background. It is very easy to get defensive round here and get the run out the corner. Mike then work to do, drops it down to P8. Was it? No, it must have been Monkey Boy then, that had dropped it.
Yeah.
But Mike's lost places. I tell you, he's made.
Dropped as well.
He has dropped. Fury's gone up to 5th, so he's had a cracking opening lap.
Fury, he will get himself settled in, and Fury's quick. I love Fury's driving style. Oh, who's that just dropped? That was Dan.
Oh,
it
is Dan. Dan, very uncharacteristic for him, dropping it out the final corner, and that's given Gary, Biggs, Fury, BT, Emo, Peaceful, Maze, Argent. Here comes Disco, that's going to get Dan as well. And Dan, all the way from 2nd down to 11th. BT Targa's now lost it on his 50th appearance. He's round. He's hit tyres on the exit of the track. Oh, he's got no rear wing. Oh, that's big.
That's going to be a pit. That's going to be... He's not going to have no grip in that McLaren now. He's dropped a lot of places. That is unreal for these McLarens.
That is big damage as well. He can't pit till if he pits, he's got to pit twice because the pit window opens lap 3. What a shame.
Right, yeah. Gary, wow, look at Gary in that Porsche. He's just stayed out of trouble. And now he's just got to close down on Andy.
Yep. Look at these two behind as well. Biggs and Fury really going toe-to-toe here. Poor old KLF, we didn't see what happened between him. We saw him round early on. He's down in last place, but gaining on Monkey Boy. And here comes Fury up the inside of Biggs, then thinks better of it, just being patient. And Fury of old would have made that move. Maybe would have got into a bit of bother, span himself or Biggs around and got penalised for it. Fury now is that he's getting better every season, every race, that he now knows to not make that move because that's not going to work anymore. But the Fury of old would have made that and probably got in a bit of trouble for it.
Probably would have taken both of them out. But yeah, Fury... Fury is, like I say, he's progressed so well. We got him in Pro Lassie. He done so good with Team Pro Lassie, so we promoted him up to Pro Laps, and we've helped him out with his consistency. I
think he's had a run here. He has. Biggs!
I don't think you see him now.
Biggs trying to squeeze Fury. They just come together, managed to keep going.
I don't think Fury knew he was there.
No, I think that was a bit of a 50-50 one. I don't think Biggs saw Fury, and I don't think Fury saw Biggs, but they both managed to keep out of trouble. Pit window is open at the end of this lap, so they are entitled to pit at the end of lap 3. BT Targa's got a lot of work to do with his damage. Where's Dan? P9 making some decent progression ahead of Xmart. Disco on the back of Xmart as well, as Monkey Boy's just past BT Targa. And BT's came into the pits. He's unfortunately then on his 50th race start, going to have to pit again.
Yep. Mind you, it does well. It's just pitted before lap 3, so he will have to pit again. Kelly's got a lot of damage on the front, but he's dragging it round.
Yeah, I reckon we'll see Kelly in at the end of this lap, if I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, who's that? That's Argent.
That was Argent.
He's made a mistake somewhere, and Little Leach is going to get up the inside of him, so that's dropped Argent down to 13th place and promotes Sutty. He's done well as Sutty so far off the line. He's doing all right. The thing is with Sutty is if he's on the wheel, he's as consistent as ever. If he's on the pad, he's not as consistent, but he's got a bit more pace on the pad.
What is he on tonight?
I'm going to guess he's on the wheel.
Sutty, if you're listening, flash if you're on the wheel.
We'll find out if he is or not. But at the minute, looking well, I think he is on the wheel because you can tell. Has Argent tapped Little Leach round in the background? His wheel's turning too smooth there for Sutty to be on the pad. Did Argent tap Little Leach around there? That's going to possibly give Monkey Boy a look at another place here. And Little Leach then not having the best of starts to this season. Round again. D-Biggs and Fury still within a couple of tenths. Fury having a look once more, maybe up to the final part of the track. This is where he got Biggs last time, and that Merc in a straight line, you think, will be better than that McLaren, and he's going to go to the outside again, and Biggs this time gives him that bit more room and gives him a bit more space, and Fury able to not make contact. Can he get a better run out the final corner? I tell you what, he's pretty much sniffing the rear end of that McLaren, and Gary dives into the pits. He's the first man in.
Yeah, I was quite shocked with that, really. I thought he would have stayed out a bit longer, but...
Here goes Fury up the inside. Turn 1. Great manoeuvre. And D-Biggs just giving him that car's width of space. And look at how close them two are. Can Fury cover this off? He has done, He's got past him and defended it. So brilliant stuff there from Fury. Up an extra place. And a great manoeuvre from him as they look down to turn 3. Now that is Dan defending or trying to attack Maze Gamer in the background.
He's done Maze Gamer. He's got through. Dan is going to start making... We had a bit of lag then.
Yeah, that's Emo guy.
Typical. Dan's going to start making a fight comeback now. He's got peaceful. Can Mike keep Dan back?
He'll do as best he can. Mike is an intelligent driver, though, and if he sees Dan just all over the back of him, he's not going to fight it too hard. Biggs, though, is back in front of Fury, look, as we just got a shot there. This is allowing... Oh, Fury, big twitch, Fury. Big twitch.
Oh... I thought that was going to give Emo guy an open door then, but...
Yeah, that's well held.
That was well held.
Right, Emo guy, bit laggy at the minute, and Mike, Peaceful Explosion, gaining on in these guys here. Fury needs to just settle back down into a rhythm and get on the back of Biggs. The problem is, look at this gaggle of cars now that's starting to get closer because of this Biggs and Fury fight at the minute.
Yeah, they seem to be slowing people down, slowing each other down, and the rest are catching up. Maze is struggling a little bit. He seems to be struggling.
Yeah.
But Dan is fighting back.
Dan is flying. BT got to pit again in this race. Let's not forget Fury's mum saying nice little move there, Fury. It was, and then he had a bit of a scary one as well. But he's got to come back at Biggs, no doubt, because that Mercedes in Fury's hands at the minute looks a nice little car. It looks like he's in a good rhythm. Gary, after the first person to stop, all the way down in 13th, but that's what I suppose you get from an early pit stop. And Mike is going to come straight into the pits, freeing Dan up. Mike not wanting a part of this, or is he thinking, I could maybe undercut a few of these drivers in front of us with an early stop?
That could be a good move. I think Gary himself pitted a bit way too early. I think he should have stayed out another couple of laps at least before pitting in.
We'll find out.
Andy's going to try to go for the long. He's got such a gap at the moment.
He has indeed. Little each into the pits, and there goes Gary. Look, his name going straight up past all the guys that's pitted, and in front of Peaceful Explosion he goes. And Gary, I reckon it's about a 25 to 30 second loss for a pit stop, in, stop and out. And Gary at the minute, 28 seconds off the back of Andy. So has that early stop just done enough? If Andy can get to the end of lap 12, can he gain a gap over Gary to make that a little easier? Peaceful had a good stop. He's only come out a couple of seconds behind Gary. That's a lot closer than what he was before Gary pitted.
That was a good stop. Did Gary have a little mistake there? Because he's dropped down
Possibly. 27 seconds to Andy, though, so he's actually closed the gap to Andy. 2 minute 22, that would have been his outlap from the pits. So,
a few lot more to pit yet.
I mean, we'll have to see on Peaceful's outlap, won't we? We'll see on Peaceful's next lap time as to what his outlap would have been, as to whether Gary's outlap was anything representable or not. But Dan has dropped Maze Gamer, who's now gone into the clutches of Xmart and Disco, and Dan's trying to get on the back of Emo and Fury, as Fury's on the back once again of D Biggs. But this is Xmart on the back of Maze Gamer here, just dropping away from Disco with Disco face ever so slightly. He's hit the curb. As he just put two wheels on the sausage curb, around he's gone. Disco gets an extra place. So called Argent here.
Argent's going to be right on the back of him now.
Yeah, he's got the momentum up the hill, hasn't he? And Argent here is 100% going to have a run at Xmart into the final couple of corners. Race leader in.
And he's in. Right, so how long's this pit stop going to be? This is going to be interesting. That's
a good stop.
Where's Gary?
Dan comes into the pits as well, as does Emo Guy, as does Maze Gamer. So a lot of people coming into the pits early here.
This is the man I want to see.
Andy's out the pits already, so Andy's gone.
Right, so where's Gary going to come through? Because there's a lot of people in the pit.
Yeah, is he going to jump? Has Dan got out the pits before Gary? Dan and Emo Guy have both jumped Gary. So has Gary had a 2 minute 7 that last lap from Gary?
Yeah,
I reckon,
way too early, yeah. Did he have damage?
In fact, Peaceful's got ahead of Gary.
This is what I'm saying.
Peaceful's behind these, so Gary was ahead of Peaceful last lap as Peaceful came out the pits. Gary must have had a problem on the last lap.
Yeah, Mike's going to have a run on Emo Guy easier.
So Dan's jumped Emo Guy, Andy's jumped Peaceful, Andy's jumped Gary. So Dan, good stop from him as he charges through the field. And Gary then making a couple of mistakes maybe to just lose a few places here.
I've got to see this because this is close.
Yeah, this is really close for the race lead. And Fury once again putting the pressure on the back of D Biggs.
I don't want to do commentator's curse, but come on, Fury.
Current championship leader versus the current defending constructors champion, or one of them. And look at Fury. Yeah. He's the only one that I've really seen have it hooked up.
Yeah.
Have it really hooked up. Here he comes. Has he got a run? He's been to the outside twice, a D-Biggs at this part of the track. He goes to the outside once again. Is he setting himself up more for that second part of the corner? Biggs manages to get it stopped. So easy to just park it on the apex round here and stop that car behind you. His momentum. A bit like Biggs has done there. And he comes into the pits. Maybe that's why Biggs was a bit slower, to make sure he could get it turned in for his pit stop. And a little bit of contact, but Fury leads. It's Biggs has got a time penalty. Speeding in the pit lane.
No. Oh, no, that is a bite in the arse, that is, when it happens. I've got to admit.
It's a kick in the teeth. Disco second, Andy third. Where is Dan? Here comes Dan now. Biggs is already on his way out the pits, so would have stayed ahead of his teammate. Here comes Peaceful. He looks like he's got a run on Emo Guy just behind. He's in that slipstream. Can he get it done towards turn one? So Biggs is now pitted. He's not going to look his mic. No, Tuck's in just behind. And I suppose where do you overtake on a car that's jumping and bouncing all over the track?
Yeah, that's awkward when that sort of thing happens, yeah. No, I would stay down the inside of Emo Guy.
X
He's gone
Mart.
on to the outside.
He's down in 12th. I've not yet seen X Mart pitted. If I'm wrong in the chat, let me know if X Mart is pitted or not. But I've not marked him down as pitted. Argent, Disco and BT Targa having to pit as well. And where do you overtake here? Now, the thing is for Biggs, what do you do now, Nicky? You've got that time penalty. Do you let your teammate through?
This is a hard call, and it depends on. It's still early days in the championship, but it depends on where they're both sitting.
Doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. He's round on his own. Dan goes through. Where's Emo Guy and Fury? There and Peaceful. They're there. Emo Guy past. Peaceful past. Gary
Up behind.
right behind him. Right. So 10-second time penalty, and now had a little spin himself. Biggs just starting to struggle a bit here.
Can Gary put him under pressure and force him into another mistake?
Well, this is the question. Who's that in the background? That is Sutty on the back of Maze Gamer for 10th place. There's X-Mart just behind. I think he's got a pit. If he has pitted already, let me know in the chat. Maze very deep there, and Sutty trying to turn it in. Maze's car, and this is every week, seems very twitchy. It seems to be the way he likes to drive the car, on a very twitchy...
Yeah, Maze likes a loose rear end. He seems to be able to drive it like that. I think the more aggressive Maze is with the car, the better it works for him.
Yeah.
When he seems to slow himself down, that's when he makes mistakes. Maze is one of those drivers
And that's a great send-it manoeuvre from Sutty. Mace just gives him a little tap on the outside. That's going to send Sutty wide enough for Mace to get the run. And Mace putting him in the gravel here. And Sutty will not like that one bit. But a good manoeuvre by Sutty to get initially alongside. Disco and Argent have pitted. Disco's out the pits ahead of these pit. And on the track they come. BT's not been back in yet from what I've seen. It's just him, X-Mart and Fury that we're waiting on to pit.
Well, that's Andy, 7 seconds down beyond Fury, but him and Dan, look at the lap times.
Yeah, matching each other, just a shame they're 10 seconds apart.
But Dan is going a little bit faster, so can he close that gap down?
10 seconds in half a race. Yeah, possible. It's not over yet, is it? So we'll have to wait and see. Gary's still on the back of D Biggs. No, he's not. He's side by side with D Biggs. Looking up the inside. Is that job done? Thank you, Mama, for the carrots he'll be saying in his chat. And that is job done on D Biggs. And Biggs tucked up to his bumper, nice and cosy, spooning him, if you will. Can't get back underneath him, though. Peaceful, still stuck to the back of the lagmobile, you could say.
Yeah, I think
Dan's dropped it. Dan's had a mistake, because that's Dan.
No, that is Dan, yeah.
Dan's had a mistake then. He was only 10 seconds behind Andy. He's dropped back a bit further. So Mike here, could get past Emo Guy and could look to the back of Dan. That's not going to help Dan in his fight with Fury.
No, totally not. I think, Dan's just got to try and skip
Fury's
the podium
in.
now.
Fury is in.
Oh,
I tell you what, these McLaren tonight, they look a bit sketchy.
Yeah, I said they're very, very. They are understeering through the corners. It seems to be like they turn in perfect, but mid-corner they just seem to start wanting to drag you away from the apex all the time.
So it is the two Prolapse drivers then that are to pit, X-Mart and BT Targa. Please correct me in the chat if X-Mart has pitted. But Maze Gamer there, very, very wide. And Fury, what a bad stop. He's came out behind Peaceful.
Yeah, that's hurt him. Gary's right on the back of him as well now.
As is Biggs, as is Disco. Peaceful will want to clear Emo Guy as quick as possible here.
Yeah, that is close. He's got to get through him now, look.
Looking to the outside of turn 3. If he can keep it around the outside, the right-hander comes up pretty quick. He can't do that. Looking to tuck up to the outside again. Not there for Peaceful Explosion. Still struggling to get past at this moment. Fury's got to charge now because he's lost a lot of time here.
Fury's got the pace. I think he can. If he can catch up with Peaceful and Emo, I think he will get past them. But Emo seems to be the bulldozer at the moment. Seems to be slowing everyone down.
That lag will be making it hard for Peaceful to overtake him here. And
that is the only thing. When you've got someone who's lagging like that, you don't know when you're close like that, you think, I want to make a move, but you get scared because you don't want to, because you go down the inside and all of a sudden that car just appears in front of you.
Yeah.
I've had it so many times where you're following the car and it just freezes on the apex and you swerve past it, but then next thing you see it up the road where it is a pain in the butt with some of these lagging issues.
It is indeed. D Biggs then, 10-second penalty we do believe to his name. That will drop him down to P11 and promote Argent, Xmart, Maze and Disco, but we do believe that Xmart has to pit. Smithy saying podium on for Gary here. He's got a chance, you know. He's not now.
Yeah.
He's not now.
No.
He's had a huge wiggle on the curb in the background. He's lost out to Biggs once again. And a huge mistake. In fact, I think Disco's just made a mistake because Maze and Xmart's gained an extra place here.
Yeah, Xmart seems to have dropped away from Maze. He was on the back of him, but perhaps...
No, Sutty were on the back of Maze, wasn't it? Where's Sutty? Sutty's 13th. Wow, he's had a bit of a shocker here. But we are expecting BT to pit and Xmart to still come in. But for Mike at the minute, what does he do here? Because Emo and Fury, let's not forget, both in the same team here. And Mike knows that Mercedes-Benz very well. In fact,
he's got him. This is it.
Up the inside, later on the brakes, can't get it done. That was the team colours for Mike in Season 1. It's the car behind him that Mike ran in Season 1, which took the first ever race win here at Simplay Motorsport. So that car's right up his rear end. And
this
Mike...
is close between these three.
This is interesting. And I'll tell you what, Dan's dropped it twice in this race. There's still some 6 laps left.
He's struggling, didn't
he? He's not far enough up the road where if he drops it one more time, these will all be past him.
Yeah. Peaceful must be fuming in that car at the moment, trying to get past Emo guy.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's got to be unhappy with this, but I suppose what can you do? You've got to race with what's in front of you.
I think sometimes you've got to just settle in, but Fury is breathing down the neck of Peaceful now, and now he's in a Mercedes sandwich, and he's going to want to get out of this. He
really is. He's going to want to clear Emo guy as quick as possible. And is that the run he needed? Is that the door open that he needed? He's going to be on the outside of the first part of the chicane. Tries to hang it around the outside. Emo guy's gone a little deep, flicks it back. But that's what I'm saying. You can run deep here because every right-hander's followed by a left-hander.
Fury's going to get running him down this. Surely he's going to get run on him down here.
Is he? No, not as much.
He went now. I'm surprised.
Round the outside. Job done, Fury. What a manoeuvre that is. And Fury up to 4th place. Great manoeuvre on Peaceful.
Is Emo going to let Fury through? If this was me and Kelly was going for the championship, you know what would happen. I would be letting Kelly through. The question... that is the big question. That is the big question. Is it too early for Emo guy to let Fury through? But what a move from Fury around the outside of Peaceful there. Unbelievable. But yeah, if I was Emo guy, look, Fury's so much quicker. I would let him through. He's let him through, surely. No, he hasn't.
Peaceful's coming back. He's going to look up the inside of Fury. Fury has to run a little bit wider than he wanted. Peaceful not there. Is this frustration of Peaceful not being behind Emo guy for so long that just caught him napping when Fury come knocking on the door? D Biggs well over the curb, and look how bumpy them curbs was. Peaceful now though.
Fighting back as well.
Yeah, wants it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
really wants it. You've got to pit this lap or the end of the next lap. I've not seen Xmart in yet. And BT Targa hasn't made his second stop. So them guys have got to come in. One of them's got to come in now. One of them's got to come in the next lap. Because your teammates cannot pit on the same lap.
Yes, Mark should pit now because BT is behind him. So Mark has got to come in now, really.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? The question now is I say that. If Fury clears Emo guy, has he got enough left to catch Dan?
I don't know. It's flashing away there. I don't know. But Peaceful's back on Fury again. Look.
Having a strong showing, isn't he, Peaceful? He's having a real strong showing. 16 people started this race, which means the top 8 cannot qualify. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified when we're live. And if you haven't liked this video yet, please hit that thumbs up button. Because what fantastic racing, cracking racing we are seeing here in this first round, round 7 tonight. Gary on the back of Biggs in the background. They're getting closer to this trio as well.
Yeah, Emo guy seems to be slowing slowing everyone down, and they are catching up with him, and he's causing a bit of a tailback. If I was Emo Guy, I would let Fury through, being a teammate, and then
the problem
you've
is
got that opportunity to slow Peaceful down.
The problem he's got, though, is if he slows too much, does that give Peaceful an opportunity being right up Fury's rear end? Is that why Emo Guy's not let Fury through? Because if he slows down too much, Peaceful's just going to pounce, then he's going to have Biggs and Gary right on his rear.
I think he can let him through, he's just got to time it right. I mean, Fury is so close. It's like now I would just let Fury through on that, corner. And then just tuck straight back and behind him. But like you say, now Peaceful is all over the back of Fury. So
all over the back of Fury.
I think the chance has gone to let Fury through. He should have done it a couple laps ago.
He should have done it when Fury made the move on Peaceful, because look, Biggs and Gary are right there now, and look at how Peaceful gained under the brakes there. D Biggs, don't forget, with a 10-second time penalty, he will now finish at least in 9th place. Xmart didn't pit. BT Targa hasn't pitted. So can they time this properly to get in the pits? Xmart may have already pitted, and I might have missed it. I might be wrong. But I've not got down that he's pitted. BT pitted at the end of lap 2, not the end of lap 3. So are these boys about to mess up their strategy, as BT's got Sooty Apex right on the back of him?
Right on the back, yeah. And if Sooty knows that he's got to pit again, I would just sit there and wait.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What has happened to Little Leech and Disco? Because they are way back down the order, and Kelly's now up to 14th place.
Kelly's still got damage.
Yeah, he has. Did he not repair it, or is it just Project Cars 2 that's not visually fixed it for us? Because I know it's done that before.
Off.
Yeah. Or there's that one. Look at them three. I'm just looking at the time screen here. Look at Emo Guy, Fury and Peaceful, all separated. In fact, no, where is Mike?
Yeah.
Mike's dropped it.
No.
He's dropped down to 9th.
Oh, no.
He's 10th. Oh, what has happened?
I'm so gutted.
What has happened there? Fury and Emo Guy now. This is the chance that Emo Guy can let the championship leader through.
He's got to let him through.
Oh, Mike, what has happened there? Xmart has not pitted. So he surely has pitted at some stage this race.
Yeah, he's let Fury through. No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. And look at Gary.
Gary's on D Biggs now.
Yeah, B Biggs is now defending from Gary. Gary's going to look to the outside. Evening, Beth, in the chat. In fact, Beth, that's a job for you. Go back through this first race. Tell me what lap Emo Guy Xmart pitted. BT Target, I don't think has pitted himself. Again, within the pit window. Here comes Gary up the inside. Is it going to be moved on? Do you know what? The double right-hander. Oh, they just lean on each other. Job done, Gary.
Nice move from Gary there.
And that's back up to P5.
Can D Biggs fight back, though?
Can he fight back? This is the big question. Has Gary got enough time to get on the back of Fury here?
Look at the lap time Daniel's just done. 1:59.
Yeah, fantastic pace. Oh, deep. Deep.
Oh.
Biggs back through. Deep from Gary, and Biggs back up to 5th. Gary's going to get that place back due to the time penalty that D Biggs has got, but Biggs is giving this an absolute fight. Here comes Gary once again, back up the inside of D Biggs for this long right-hander, and is that going to be job done now for Gary? Up towards the chicane, Biggs on the curb. Can Gary outrun the McLaren? The Porsche will be to the outside. No, Gary has to tuck back in behind. Biggs goes a little deep, and that's going to give Gary a bit of a better run through here. Can he get the cut back on him on exit to the corner? No. Fury, though, is that him looking to the inside of Emo Guy? No, it's not. He's still too far back from his teammate. Good team points for these two.
Yeah,
oh, Gary sends one. Sends one. Do they touch? Little tap. Little tap and a flash from Biggs.
Yeah, race instant. That was not that. Gary was just on it then. He's throwing that Porsche around.
Yeah.
Like anything. That was a good move from Gary.
I agree. The room was there, the gap was there for it to be made. Lap 14 of 15, Emo Guy still has his teammate sat behind him, and look at the pace of Fury compared to Emo. The gap is that big now to Gary that there is so much time to let Fury through now.
Yeah. I don't know why he's not doing it. Like I say, if it's for championship position, I would let him through ages ago.
And the silly thing is Fury is now losing points to Dan and Andy by finishing 4th, losing more than he would for 3rd. Emo Guy, although he needs the points because he sat second from bottom, Fury
He will
could do
still
with them
get
points
good
more.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will still get good points by letting his teammate through. And it's for the team as well, so...
The team will score
Yeah, I'm
exactly
quite-
the same, won't they, to be fair?
Yeah,
Just
I'm-
swapping the places around.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked that that's not happened, to be
Yeah,
honest.
as am I.
Not sure if they're in a chat together or what, but... Yeah, if I was Fury, I'd be screaming at him now to let me through.
So for some reason, DJ Fosha said in our chat, I think Dan might be out of fuel nearly. Just go to Dan and load the Speedo.
2.3.
He's not got enough in his car.
Dan.
He's not got enough fuel in his car.
Can you switch it
Not
back to
emo
lean?
guy, not emo guy,
Switch it.
Beth, X-Smart. He can go to lean, but he's not got enough fuel.
He's got a short shift.
He's not in lean at the minute because his car still keeps going to fuel. He's pitting!
It's got a... Oh, no.
Oh, wow! You've got to let Emo Guy, you've got to let Fury pass now. This is huge
yeah.
points he can score over Dan. Dan's not even going to get a podium on double points tonight for Dan. It was Dan on his double points. I said we'd say it by race 2, but he's ran out of fuel nearly. He's going to drop behind his teammate. He could drop behind Exmar. A quick splash and dash. Andy, Emo Guy, Fury, Gary on the back of these two. Look, with 1 lap to go for a podium chance here.
Gary's breathing down. Gary could, yeah. Who was it who said he could get a podium? This could happen.
Smithy.
Because these two could... Emo Guy is slowing Fury down. He's got to let him through. He's got to let him through.
He has, surely now for the title. Fury's already used double points. The fact that he can now gain points even more over Dan by Dan finishing 7th, you surely let your teammate through. Gary's getting closer. One mistake from one of these two, Gary is going to pounce.
Yeah. This could be absolute nightmare for these two.
Look at Gary, he's getting closer and closer at the halfway, nearly at the midway point of
Surely
this
you've
track.
got to go for it.
Gary
You've got to
is
fight it.
flying at the minute, right on the back of these two nearly. Look, Gary, he's a coming, and Fury can see him in the background. Gary is coming here. And the lag of Emo Guy just keeps happening. And look at Fury, he just can't find a way past. Gary is now within touching distance of Fury as they come to the bottom end of the circuit. We'll have to cut to Andy in a moment. But it's this battle for second place that is really hotting up here.
Gary's having a good look down side of Fury. Fury is now trying to go defensive. But Emo Guy...
Let's go to Andy. Let's quickly jump to Andy then, as he's going to come across the line. He says he would love to convert more poles into wins. He's done just that tonight. Back to the battle for second. Emo, Fury, Gary. Look at the three of them. Gary's lost it.
Gary, no.
Oh, and he's round. He's properly round.
Oh, no.
Can X-Mark, can Fury get past Emo Guy in the final couple of corners? He's not going to be able to. It's going to be Emo Guy who's going to bring this one home for second place.
Not unless he lets him through now.
Here comes Fury.
No.
It's Emo Guy from Fury for second place. Biggs will cross the line 4th, but he's not going to finish here. I think 4th will go the way of Gary still, as X-Mark could have got him. But I'm not sure where if X-Mark pitted or not. He must have done, because it's got him to the end. It would have disqualified him otherwise. So X-Mark must have pitted. Biggs will stay 6th ahead of Dan. So Dan didn't even beat his teammate after all of that. 7th place for him. Mace Gamer will cross the line for a P8. Argent P9. And this man
I am so... Yeah.
would have had a podium on the back of Emo Guy.
Yeah. It's BT's out of fuel.
BT's
out of fuel.
He's out of fuel. And that's going to hurt him.
So, yeah, that's it. He's not going to make it.
Monkey Boy will get P12 then. Kelly will not believe his luck here when he sees he's going to get P13 from BT Targa. So the fact that BT Targa, the normal penalty is if you don't pit under the pit window is a drive-through. I don't think the point in penalising him anymore because he's kind of suffered that penalty by not being able to finish.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Little Leach will take 14th. Disco, is Disco done? No, Disco's still racing. So Disco here with damage.
He's going very, very slow.
Well, we'll have to see. He's got 27 seconds to get to the line here.
I don't think he's going to make it.
No, I don't. If he could get round within 20 seconds, he'd have got past BT Targa. It looks like BT Targa then is going to hang on for that 15th place, and Disco's going to come home in 16th.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. So BT does keep 15th.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What a
Right
race.
then. What a race.
drama.
What indeed. And we've got a second race to come. Fastest lap, 59.97 from Dan. So it looks like Dan with the fastest lap. No, BT Targa, 59.97. So gets a little consolation prize of a cheeky extra point. But what an opening race that was. What an opening start to this session. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes' time with the second race. Go make sure you grab a refreshment, get yourself to the toilet, and be back here within 5 or 10 minutes, because we're going to be straight back shortly.
I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that Everything inside me now, full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport, and here for round 8 of the season, the second race of the night. We've got the top 2 in for their interviews. Top 3, sorry, if their interviews. I do apologise, forgot about the old Sloppy Joe. But either way, quick run through of the championship standings as we get into this one. Fury leads the way, 13 points clear of Andy. The man who didn't fuel enough is in 3rd place, Dan, dropping points to his 2 title challengers. Gary moves up to 4th place ahead of BT Targa, who's tied with Maze Gamer for 5th place. D-Biggs is in 7th with Sooty in 8th. Argent Knight Peaceful down to 10th after what looked so promising but wasn't to be for him. Xmart is in 11th. Disco down to 12th and will not be returning for tonight, unfortunately. He'll be back next week. Monkey Boy is 30th. Emo moves up to 40th place with Lidley each down to 50th for KLF. 16th place. The Constructors title, Sandbags Motorsport, go 6 points clear of Shake and Bake, who go above Slingshot Motorsport. Forever Forward Racing are in 4th place. Team Prolapse are 5th, just behind them. Leach Motorsport gaining some points, as did Simplay Racing and Audio Prolapse. But we'll start with Fury, and you've got some pace tonight.
Yeah, obviously in practice it just didn't feel like it had anything, but obviously with everyone dropping it around me, I had to make it the biggest murk ever I had to make a car. Just a defence.
You qualified the second quickest Merc on track, but found that you was the leading Merc for quite some time. Do you think, after the round of pit stops, if you didn't get caught up behind Peaceful and your teammate, that you could have challenged Andy maybe, or?
Probably not, because obviously the Merc to the BM, the Merc is more of a fast car compared to the BM, which is more of like a clamping car. So obviously it's got a better point speed and everything.
What's your plan for the second race, mate?
Hopefully just have people drop it around me and get some more points on the board.
Well, let's hope it's not that sloppy for you, Joe, and we'll catch you in a little bit.
Cheers.
Just count that one there, Nicky. You said it 9 times and I said it twice, yeah? But we've got Emo Guy in, and it's been a while since we spoke to Emo Guy on the podium. And it's nice to have you back on here, mate. That was a solid race for yourself.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The car was feeling semi-okay. By the end, the tyres were half dead, and on the little tyre mirror that you get, the tyres were half gone. So you can imagine how bad the grip was. Going down the straights, it felt okay, but it's just mid and exit of any corners, it was absolutely horrible.
Looked like you struggled getting into the corners in the race, but you managed to sort of compensate for that mid corner and especially on the exit. Is that how you felt your race was going for you?
Well, I felt like I could have been a lot faster. It's just it's the same with what Fury said. This kind of track, it's more of a planted car track in the Merc is. It's more of a powerhouse. It's more suited to tracks that have long straights like Spa and other tracks like that. But apart from that, I felt like the race did go well. Definitely makes up from what happened last week. So I can't complain too much.
What's your plans for race 2?
Just try and do what I did the last race. Also, I didn't qualify the best last race, but I still managed to pick up some good places in the first few corners, but also with a few people making mistakes, having collisions with others. Just try and do the same, make up as many places as I can.
We'll let you get back to it, buddy. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And we've got Andy in as well, and that's a pole that's been converted to the win.
Yeah.
That's what you're aiming for, isn't it? The poles into wins, and you've done it tonight in very comfortable fashion.
I couldn't be more happy with the way that race went, to be honest. Car kind of just in a mode right now where everything just seems to be going right out on the track, and I wish that I was like this more often, but unfortunately these kind of moods that I'm in, they only come about naturally, so I can't force them. When they come about, they come about, and when it is, it's great. But yeah, I was pretty pretty happy with the way that the start went. I had a good battle with Dan on the first lap, and then out of the last corner he had a bit of a bum fuzzle as he got onto the power, and he just lost it and almost went into, I think he might have tagged the wall, I don't know, but he ended up near the back of the pack. So from there, just got the head down and just conducted business. Yeah,
talk us through that opening lap, because that was exchanging places all the time with Dan. Every single corner you seemed to be back in front, then he got back in front. How hard was it setting up that first lap and making sure you ended that lap in front?
Well, the thing is, usually when I go wheel to wheel with Dan, quite often he will end up coming out on top. He's generally a bit more aggressive than me on the opening lap, so a lot of the time he will come out ahead. And this time I just was so determined to not let that happen. I was never going to let him pass in a month of Sundays. And so every corner I was making sure I had the inside line, parking my car, positioning it in all the right places. And luckily for me, he made that mistake at the end of the first lap, so it kind of took the pressure off of it.
It did indeed. Race 2 then. What can you do out there, buddy?
Try and chase through the pack and get as many places as quickly as possible and see where we end up.
Well, best of luck, mate. We'll let you get back to it.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, buddy. Nicky, 3 drivers very happy with their podium performances. Sutty has got himself a grid penalty, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, speeding in the pit lane by looks of things.
Naughty boy.
Or crossing the pit line.
Either way, that should be at least a one-place grid penalty, so he'll be kicking himself for that, because that'll put him 4th. But BT Target on race start number 51, currently out on provisional pole at the minute. Sutty back into the pits. Is he going to get out for one more final lap? As will Kelly. They've still got enough time to do so. Mike crosses the line just down on his time. That's Argent in the background. Is he up on anything? Peaceful Air just set the fastest final sector on that lap.
Peaceful was flying in that Ferrari.
Do we think him starting on the front row in this second race is the best chance he's got here?
If he can get away from any battle, I think Peaceful's got a good chance of getting a good win in this race.
We saw him behind.
I keep jinxing him.
I know. You see, that's how me and Kelly felt all last season. He got stuck behind Emo guy, didn't he? Though, and that was the problem for him.
Yeah, and I think the dirty air didn't help with him on that one. I think he just smacked him out towards the end. Maybe tyres come into play, but
Kelly then doesn't look like he's going to get back out for a final chance at this. Just looking at the sector times, though, Sutty, he's back out on track. In fact, Kelly has got back out, so he has got out in time. So good stuff there from Kelly. Kind of got to put in a hot lap as an out lap here as Argent's back into the pits. He will not get it. He might get another lap in. Actually, he's just come out the pit exit. And away he goes. BT Targa and Lidleach have just crossed the line. They've stayed where they are. No changes there. And Argent hasn't really got the time, if these two catch, to get out of their way, because he needs to put his foot down here. Who's the next car coming to Sector 2? I'll be able to tell you in just a moment. It's not Maze, it's whoever's just in front. It is Sutty
no.
Apex. No,
it's not.
It's Peaceful Explosion. Who's just in front? Yeah, it's Peaceful. He's going to get one more chance at this as well. He's going to get one more shot at this time.
It's very close, very, very close. I mean, I've got a root for the Prolapse guys, so I'm hoping BT will stick with his podium pole, but Peaceful, he's on a flyer in that Ferrari. No, it doesn't make it. Who is it? Come around.
Nicky couldn't hear me. Hopefully, he can hear me now.
I can hear you now, yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. I must have caught my microphone again and unplugged it. Right. BT, quicker that lap. That was a stellar lap from him. I don't think that's going to be beaten.
No, that was a quick lap. Peaceful's on him now, so quite shocked with that. I don't know what happened to the comms then. It went a bit...
Yeah, went a bit weird. Little Leach moved up to 3rd place. Sutty's now going to have to start P5, which will promote Maze Gamer at the minute. Argent, the only man left, as KLF is done for qualifying, as is Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy starts 7th. KLF will start P8. Only Argent can get ahead of Maze Gamer now. A 10th of a second Argent needs. Personal best sector 1. He's coming up to that middle sector. Teammate versus teammate to be the lead Mercedes driver in this second qualifying.
Looks like Maze is going to get another lap in as well. Ooh, I don't know.
No, I think Maze is done. I think Maze is done. I'll be able to tell you from his sector 1 time as he approaches that. Argent really chucking it around there.
Yeah, I think he's lost that lap.
Yeah, I think he's done with that. Maze, yeah, Maze is on a slow one. So he's done. Argent then may have just cost himself all that time to beat his teammate. But 6th still not bad from Argent. He could do work from there. He was 6th in race 1. He's 6th in race 2 once again. And Maze Gamer will get the P5, but it's a pole position then for the Pro Laps driver. Not the 50th race for pole position for him, but it's a pole position nonetheless. And it's the McLaren's first pole in the Pro Series this year. The amount of McLarens on the grid, none of them have been on pole so far this season. I will just double check that. Yeah, none of them have been on pole this year. So BT Target gets the McLaren's first pole in the Pro Series as he's had a Peaceful Explosion. It's then Lidl Eats, Sutty Apex, Maze Gamer, Argent, Monkey Boy, KLF, and then the non-qualifiers, Emo Guy, Gary, Unorthodox, D-Biggs, Xmart, Andy, and Fury. We've lost Disco in the mid-session break. He will be missing from this second race. But BT Target starting his 51st race on the front foot.
This is going to be interesting because Peaceful's right on that first corner there. If he can get a good start.
Sutty had a 2-place grid penalty because he was 4th and has dropped all the way down to P6. So Sutty had a 2-place grid penalty there, not just 1.
Wow. Oh, yeah, he's got 2, pit violation. So, did he cross the line or was he speeding?
Either or, isn't it? But that's put Maze up to 4th. It's put Argent up to 5th. Who's your tip for this second race?
It's a hard one. I don't want to jinx. I'm going to actually say BT.
Oh, okay. I think I might have to join you on that one. I'd love for Peaceful to do it, but I think I might have to join you with BT.
Yeah, I'd love Peaceful to do it, but yeah, I think BT's just going to have that edge on him.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll have to see what happens as we go into the second race. Drivers just getting ready and getting their preparation sorted. Xmart making his 50th appearance in this one. And can it be another win? Andy makes it 11 race wins for himself all time at Simplay Motorsport. He's got a best of 5 in one season. That was season 4. He's got 2 so far this season. He said he wants to convert more poles into win. He's got 23 poles to his 11 wins. You see, I've got the opposite of that. I've got 3 poles and 7 wins. Going well. Can't seem to get pole on a Thursday night, because when I get into the mid 159s and think, bloody hell, that's a good lap for the Acura. Ben Parkey goes about 9/10 quicker, and even Laney went about 6/10 quicker. So
that's a Ben Parkey thing. He goes, I don't like this track. I've got to learn a new track. That's his thing. And then next thing, he'll be 2 seconds quicker than it.
Yeah.
You're like, where did that come from?
Yeah. Sat there, look comfortable in practice, thought I'll get pole here. Next thing, 9/10 quicker, but we're nearly ready to go for round 8 here. It's green. Little Each definitely jumped the start there.
Wow.
He has definitely got a drive-through penalty. Little Each and definitely jumped the start, and I think Peaceful got the better of the starts between the Ferrari and the McLaren. He has, and will be in front into turn 1, and will be second place still, but he's gone a little deep. Is he going to be all right for this left-hand kink coming up now? Little Each, definitely a drive-through penalty there for him, and Peaceful in the net lead of this race, but BT Targa and Mays coming back in him into the third corner.
That was a bit. I think with Little Leach jumping the start, then it sort of like woke Peaceful up, and he just went as well.
Gary, he's come from the back. He's 4th. He's side by side with Peaceful at the minute, but Gary's P4 qualified by the back end of this grid. He's 3 abreast. Here comes Emo Guy from the back of the grid up the inside of Peaceful as well, but Peaceful covers Emo Guy off. Gary's still on the outside. Mace to the gravel. Peaceful has to slam on the brakes here. Gary with a bit of a twitch onto the grass as well. Was that because Mays rejoined? A bit unsafe.
That was, yeah, I think maybe I caught him out of unawares there, but yeah, Peaceful dropped back down, didn't he? He's just struggling from the start of that race.
Oh, I think that was another bit of an unsafe rejoin. I think that was Argent this time around. Oh, there is.
No.
Oh, massive pile up. Gary involved, Fury involved. Argent the one. Dan's got no rear wing.
What Dan must have got caught out with something then.
Well, I hope you can save race 2, because I don't think I've got the space. But, well, Dan on double points night.
Oh, no.
It has not gone well at all, and this could end up being his drop score. But at the minute, Little Leach leads from BT, from Mace, from Peaceful, who stayed 4th at the minute. Kelly is 8th place. He's got Andy right on the back of him.
Yeah, he's breathing. He's looking for a way through at the moment.
Kelly just making Andy's life a little hard here. Little Leach into the pits. That'll be for his drive-through penalty. The worrying thing for Dan is he's got to pit twice in this race if he pits at the end of this lap.
Where is Dan? He's staying out.
He's going to persevere into till the end of lap 3.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. I think that's probably a good option for Dan to do that.
So BT leads from Maze Gamer, from Peaceful Explosion. Emo Guy up to 4th from the back of the pack. Big's up to 5th as well. Andy's just got past KLF. It says there, you can see in the background, that move is done. Big's as well got past Monkey Boy. The question is how much damage does Fury, Gary and Argent have? Because they look like they all made contact.
Fury looks like he's come out of it okay.
Yeah, not too bad at the minute. I'd say maybe a bit of aero on that front right. Oh, look at the speed difference between himself and Kelly there.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find a way through.
Oh, Gary. I think he's just clipped the tyre wall. That's going to give him some damage because the tyres on Project Cars are rock solid, especially at Alton Park.
And X-Mart is all over the back of him now.
Yeah. X-Mart doesn't look too bad. Say he was in the thick of it as well. He looks all right, relatively.
Yeah, sometimes X-Mart gets caught up in some of these little...
Yeah, he's a bit like Peaceful, isn't he? He's there and then gets caught up in the incidents, doesn't he?
Fury's cleared Kelly.
He has.
Can he chase Andy down? Andy seems to be pulling away a bit now, though.
Andy's on the money now to try and hunt down the top 6. He's got to get past Monkey Boy next, who's on the back of D-Biggs. Peaceful will be looking to gain on the 2 leaders as well. A very strange first lap from Peaceful Explosion. Very, very strange in the fact that he was so slow.
I think the jump start caught Peaceful out. I think that's what happened. And I think when Little Leach went past him, he was like, yeah, I think it was just like, well, I've got to go. And I think BT got caught out of that as well.
Down the start straight they come. Fury a bit wide in the background. It's BT, Maze, Peaceful. Emo Guy vanished.
Oh, someone just went off at the back. Was that Argent?
I'm not too sure. I was more worried about seeing Emo Guy stopped. No, that is X-Mart. Dropped down to last. So what has happened to X-Mart here then? Has he got caught out behind Kelly? No, he was behind Gary, wasn't he? Has he got caught out behind Gary? Apologies. Oh, look at Dan. And I tell you what, to say he's still only 21 seconds off the race lead here, he is dragging that around at the minute.
He can pit now, though, can't he?
He can pit at the end of this lap. Yeah, everybody's free to pit. I reckon we're going to see some drivers come in here.
Andy's dropping off. What's happened to Andy?
He looks like he's had a moment there. He's rejoining the track and coming across to the racing line. So has he had a moment? Where is Andy? He's dropped behind Fury, Kelly and Gary. So has Andy had a moment here then? And this
a bit twitchy there, doesn't he?
Does, doesn't he? This race 2, similar to race 1 where cars spinning, it's it's really, really struggling here. PM Motorsport, the braking boards at Monza on GT5 used to be absolutely solid, never moved. Your car stops dead. That is Argent. He's had a spin. Round he comes. Dan might gain a plate. I tell you what, Dan, with that damage, He's doing a
got
stellar job. You
Dan
remember?
will be coming in. Yeah, he's see, this is the thing. Ben is exactly like they can drive the car with damage and still keep the pace. I mean, there he hasn't got the downforce, and Argent's just crept back past him, but.
Argent crept back past him, ran so deep that Dan got the run of him out the corner. You're a Gran Turismo lover. I take it you remember Gran Turismo 5 and the solid brake boards at Monza?
Yeah, yeah, I remember them, yeah.
Are you looking forward to Gran Turismo 7 coming out?
Yeah, I've already paid for it.
Brilliant.
It's already there. So, yeah, are we going to be doing anything on GT7?
That is the plan.
Oh.
There is a plan to bring something to GT7 and a full-blown league. Gary in early once again. The end of lap 3. Gary into the pits.
And Sooty's in as well.
Sooty in as well. I reckon we'll be seeing unorthodox Xmart and Argent come in. No, Xmart carries on his way, but Argent and Dan into the pits.
This is what I want to see. I want to see how quick this stop's going to be.
So he's came in dead last. Gary is...
He's refueling.
That's Sooty away. I don't think Gary's now away. You can hear his Porsche going.
Dan's still stuck.
These have all had damage from their little pile up. Gary out, Sooty out, Argent on his way. Dan on. Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Oh, yeah. He can make up the paces now.
Yes, that's his bonus. Half a lap behind. He's probably not going to win this race. But what a job the pit crew of Shake and Bake have done. He's free now. As Maze Gamer has dropped off the back of BT Targa a little bit. And Peaceful seems to be just keeping a gap to Emo Guy. These two was nose to tail all race one, but the opposite way around. And Peaceful at the minute seems like he's got that bit of a pace advantage over the Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Peaceful. I'm going to go on board with Jump with Fury now. I keep jinxing Peaceful and his...
He had a full season of it last season with me and Kelly. PN Motorsport Fury's just driven through the tyres there, so that's not going to help him with a bit of damage as he's gaining on the back of Monkey Boy. PN Motorsport, Nicky, I've already paid for GT7 as well. Have you seen the animation for the wide body fitting on GT7? It's absolutely brilliant.
Yes, oh God.
As long as you can do custom liveries again, that's fine.
Yes, you can. So yeah, there will be a lot of custom liveries, Simplay.
Mike.
Prolapse rainbows will be flying around, so...
Brilliant. Mike into the pits. Fury into the pits. We might have to find an event and do a fun event in it. Like a World Cup again, like we did last time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then get a season going when the season starts back up again on season 6.
Yeah, we should have a three-way commentary. We should get Kelly in the comms box. That's free.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Xmart in... I've not missed Xmart pit stop this time. He's pitted at the end of lap 4. He's into the pits. Now, Dan, on the back of Argent already. Can he get Xmart in the pits? We'll keep our eyes on Dan. Watch the white dot in the pits. No, the dot's already moving. Xmart's away.
Yep.
Good stop.
Yeah, that was a good stop for Xmart there.
BT Maze, Emo, Biggs, Monkey Boy, Andy, KLF, Little each. They're the guys that haven't yet pitted. Peaceful has, and he's away now. Clear track. Ahead of Peaceful Explosion.
Now, knowing the Prolapse guys, I think BT might stay out for a couple more laps.
I've noticed he likes to run a bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul likes to... Once he gets settled in, like again, he just starts keeping that pace and he's consistent as well.
You know the thing I've noticed with Paul is, Mercedes season 1, he sort of grew into that. Yeah. First season at Simplay, started to learn the way that we run things here at Simplay. He grew into that season. By the end of that season in Pro-Am, he was fantastic and flying, and at his best. Yeah. Then he changed to the Porsche for last season, and he sort of had to learn the Porsche, because I know, I've been told that he's a Mercedes driver and likes the Mercedes. By the end of last season, in that Porsche, he had it nailed down. He was as quick as Dan. Yeah. Same again this year. He's now having to learn this McLaren, and already, week 4, we're seeing that BT's on the pace. As Emo Guy in the background pulled off to come into the pits, we're seeing that BT's now on the pace of the front runners. Is he now bringing himself into contention for this championship?
He could well be. Paul was a very quick learner. I mean, he races karts in real life as well, so he's bloody quick. And another top guy, another really nice bloke, Paul. But yeah, he seems to settle in with these cars. He can get them going. It's quite strange with us lot in the Pro Labs crew. We'll all jump on practice together and everything.
Yeah.
We'll all be doing setups. We'll all be sharing and all in the same car. I seem to make a setup, pass it on to these guys, and they seem to go 2 seconds quicker than me in my setup. Which annoys the crap out of me sometimes.
Let's just cut back to Peaceful, because Emo Guys jumped him in the pits, and guess what Peaceful's staring at the back of again? This Mercedes-Benz, and it continues from race 1. Although Emo Guy a little wide there, Mike might fancy his chances. But again, good pit stop for Emo Guy over Mike. And again, Mike is staring at the back of this Mercedes-Benz.
And look who's behind. Again.
Yeah. All to play for. Little Each still to pit. He's had a drive-through in this race, so he has got his work cut out in this second race. Kelly's still got a pit, so has Maze Gamer, Biggs and BT Targa, your top 4. Little Each also to pit. Monkey Boy's just pitted. He's just come out the pits.
Right, cool.
Everybody's pitted, bar Little Each, and then the top 4. Kelly, let's just grab a quick shot of Kelly for him. Yeah. Bless him. All right, Kelly, P4.
Yeah.
And as Kelly would say, sun shines on a dog's arse at some days. Look, it's brilliant that he's keeping going and keeping that faith and keeping with it.
I know he's struggling a bit, and he said to me that he's struggling in his pro. But it's like I said to him, I said, we found ourselves, we was quick in the Pro-Am. And he was always saying, I'm never going to match the pro guys, never going to match the pro guys. But I said, the only way you're going to match the pro guys is if you race with the pro guys.
Yeah. And this is it, isn't it? Look at this. He's about to be on the podium. He's about to be second place in a pro race. Yes, he's got to pit, but he's about to be second place. But you look at Rabbit Joe, you look at Liam, that Bozzy boy, season 2, they went up to the pro. Season 3, by the end of that season, was fantastic. Joe then had to come down, couldn't do a Thursday night, had to get relegated. This is kind of a reason why he's not here. Yes, he took a sabbatical, but because he said he can't get promoted and do Thursdays, well, then he just can't turn up, because we're not having people who can't get promoted. It's just not fair on the Pro-Am drivers. But look at how strong Rabbit Joe was last year, and how strong Joe as a driver was because of his one season in the Pro.
Yeah, he was hard to beat last season. I think that was the battle me and Kelly had, was with Joe and Argent.
And that's why he won the title, wasn't it, really? Because you took Maze and Argent, like you say, into that conversation.
Yeah.
But Joe had learnt that bit from the Pro that had just gave him that bit more of an edge over the likes of yourself, Argent, Kelly in the end.
And me and Kelly, I think we got sort of like high hopes. We had such a good setup for Bathurst. It just ended up turning into, I just got caught out in all the incidents in Bathurst. And then I had the pit problem.
Yeah, I remember.
Not repair my suspension. I was just,
Dan,
oh my God.
Dan's just got himself past Monkey Boy then on track for positions. That's put him up to 13th place. But his teammate come out P3 in the pit, so he jumped Maze Gamer. Maze Gamer has had a nightmare of a pit stop. Down in P8, he's came out. So he's had a terrible pit stop. He's been jumped by Fury Peaceful, Emo Guy, Andy Biggs. But this man still leads yet to pit. Kelly yet to pit. Little Each yet to pit. And so far, so good for this man. So far, so good for this man.
Kelly, he's doing really well there. Now, if he pitted now, where would he come out?
I reckon he'd come out 9th. Maybe with Andy.
Right.
Well, we're about to find out, look, because he's decided, I'll challenge you to this and see how good you are, and I'm going to come in the pits. He wants one of them good stops.
What's one of them magic moments? I'm praying this is going to happen for Kelly.
I am as well. But what that does do then is release Biggs into second, Emo Guy to third, Peaceful into fourth. Little Each is in the pits as well. And Peaceful still on the back of Emo Guy within a couple of taps. We'll cut to that in a moment. There's Andy. He's gone past. I said about 9th or 10th. Yeah. He could be. He's just out now. Where's Gary? Xmark coming through. Gary coming through. So yeah, 10th. Solid. Yeah. Bang on the money, that.
Yeah.
Right. Well. Now then, Kelly. You've got half a race to beat. Now then, this for Kelly if he's listening. You've got half a race to beat Dan. So Come on, bragging rights in the Davis household. Let's go. Peaceful and Emo Guy, though, that is as close as ever. No, it's not, because Peaceful's now staring at the back of Fury. Has he had another moment behind Emo Guy? Oh, your heart bleeds for this man at times.
Oh, I know. I didn't want to go on him because I felt like I kept jinxing him, but yeah, Fury just seems to be on fire tonight. And I think, is this going to be the one? If Fury catches up with Emo, Emo's got to let him through.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it, now? So Fury lost 10 points to Andy in race 1. In fact, no, 11 points to Andy because of Andy's pole. At the minute, Fury's in for 13 points. Andy is only going to score 9. If Emo Guy lets him through, that's another handful of points for Fury, as BT's now in the pits at the end of lap 8. So everybody is now pitted. If Emo Guy lets Fury through in this second race, give him them extra 2 points. 2 points. It pulls them points back what Andy scored in race 1 and kind of makes it a bit more of a level playing field.
Yeah.
The gap would then be 9 points between Andy and Fury, and Andy scored 11 in race 1. So Fury's kind of lost out 2 points to Andy tonight. That's not bad.
No, yeah, that is good. But yeah, still, yeah, Fury's going to catch Emo.
I think they'll catch Biggs as well, because Biggs is there. Look, then there's Emo, then there's Fury. He just wants to hope that Peaceful doesn't get back on it. No real worries from behind, and Andy's got to get past Maze yet.
And how far is he from Maze? He's catching Maze.
Yeah, 1 and a bit seconds. He's doing well. 22 people currently watching the stream. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do.
All over the back of him.
Mart on his 50th race as well here. Ooh. What was that? A bit of a wiggle from Mart there? Not quite sure, but Gary gets through.
Mart gave him the room.
Yeah, gave him the space. I think Mart was just taking his normal line. I think he'd run a bit wide on exit. Oh, Mart's round.
Is Mart running lower downforce in the rear? Cause it just
I think so.
Time.
The corners, he seems like he's very loose.
Yeah, it seems like as soon as he gets closer to a car, the dirty air is just spitting him out.
Yeah, 100%. Now then, Dan and Sutty gaining on the back of him. Dan's got 4 seconds till he gets to Kelly. Lap 9 of 15. If I know Kelly, he'll be sat in his computer chair, and when he's on the straights, he'll be getting it a bit, just blowing the car faster down the start straight, giving it a few extra miles per hour. As here's Fury then, gaining on his teammate, pulling away from Peaceful. That gap getting a bit bigger.
He's still dragging Peaceful along with him, though.
He is. And look, they're catching Biggs, both of these two as well. So this could be a quartet here towards the end of this race. Biggs had a good night in the McLaren.
He has had a good night, yeah. He's done well. He's seems to stay out of trouble as well, again, hasn't he? I think that is a lot of the time. If you can stay out of trouble, by mid-race, you're onto a flyer. You just got to keep consistent.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Seems to be struggling tonight.
Yeah, I kind of thought the Mercedes was struggling. And Monkey Boy as well. But bless him, he's had a bad night as well. I kind of said the Merc could struggle here. Fury and Emo proving me wrong, but Maze and Argent's not really had the best of nights. Speaking of Maze, he's got Andy right on the back of him, and Dan's right on the back of X-Mart here. Go on, Mart. Hold him up. Hold him up for Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly's just only up there. He's only spitting distance, really. How far Andy could do Maze in a minute.
He could. Oh, Maze deep on the brakes. And every time Maze brakes, that car just wibbles and wobbles and twitches all over. And you said in race 1, he loves the loose rear end. It's how he races. And it just at times... Andy. Whoa, Andy. Whoa. Did not like them curbs.
No, he seems to be running really low on that BMW. And the lower you go, you get on them curbs and it just bites you so much.
Yeah. The curbs on... Oh, Maze. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
But he seems to hold it.
Now is Maze on the pad?
Would have lost it. I think Maze is on the pad.
So the fact he's held that's absolutely brilliant. And you're right, Argent would have been completely round there. On board we Andy. Oh, again, Maze all over the curbs. You see the car have a wiggle. You said same about the Merc last weekend. They proved you wrong.
Yeah.
No, the Merc's going to get better as the season goes along, Smithy. Shut up. It's not the best car tonight. I don't think this is a track for them. Emo guy said it himself. It's not a power circuit.
Yeah, Mays is like a Jules Villeneuve driver. He likes to slide that car into the corners.
Yeah.
And he just seems to hold it. If that was me, I'd probably lose it, but...
I'd have been right round as well. I'd have been with you, to be fair, mate.
Yeah.
Fury gaining on the back of Emo here. That's within a second. Andy, though, pressuring Mace. Looks to defend a little bit there.
I think Andy's going to get him on the next lap. It's too close.
He's close enough, isn't he, now, to make a move?
Yeah, and I think he might force Mays into a mistake. That's the only thing with Mays. He can make...
I think Xbox had another mistake because he's dropped behind Dan and Sutty. He's dropped down to P12, so not the 50th appearance that Xmark would have wanted.
Yeah,
he texted me this morning, actually. He says, mate, when do I make my 50th? I've got to be close. Well, it's funny you say that. It's tonight. And so's your teammates.
Dan's pulling away, yeah. Dan's pulling away now.
3.8 seconds, lap 11 of 15.
Don't let him pass, Kelly.
Kelly, ground him. Take his PlayStation off him. Take his PlayStation off him. Bring out the Kelly cut. Do anything to keep him behind you.
Just cut the wires on his pedals.
Unorthodox has disconnected from the session. All right, well done. Well done, Kelly. BT, he's out front. He's gone in. He's in a world of his own. Lapping 2017, same pace as Biggs, but doesn't need to lap any quicker. Why take the risk? Biggs has started to pull away from these two Mercedes in the background. Peaceful, lapping quicker than Emo Guy last lap, but he's just dropped off the back of these two. And Fury within half a second. Surely Emo's got to let him go.
He's got to let him through. Yeah, he's got to, hasn't he?
He's not got the worry of Peaceful up Fury's rear end now. So you think just let him go, and there's the signal.
That's it, yep. Nice move. That was done really well.
Yeah, job done. Fury up to third place. Can he now get D Biggs? The question is can Emo Guy now go with him and stay with him? Because if Peaceful starts to lap quicker than Emo Guy each lap, you could see Peaceful gain on the back of him for a P5, P4 fight at the end. But Fury... Well, first of all, Fury, he's got to do the job now, hasn't he? Because if he doesn't pull away and Emo Guy stays with him, you may as well give Emo Guy that place back.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah,
bit like you see in the F1. We're going to let him through. If it doesn't work, you're going to have that place back because there's no worry from behind. Fury's got to get on with this now.
Yeah, Fury's got to chase Steve Biggs down.
Biggs on the last lap, a 2:02.3. So, not the greatest to pace.
No. Fury's nearly matching. I mean, look at Gary. Gary's pace is...
Gary's solid. Solid pace. Oh, Mays. He's in the pits.
Oh.
That looks like damage. I wonder if he's hit a set of tyres then. So Andy up to 6th. Dan now up to 9th. Kelly up to 8th. But Dan's coming.
Dan is coming.
0.6 of a second.
Now you know that...
A cheeky flash.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, now Papa Davis, I'm behind you.
Will Daddy Davis let Son Davis...
This is for a P8, right? I don't think Sutty's in this fight. So I think even if Dan gets past, I don't think he's going to catch Kelly. Kelly's going to fight this as hard as he can for as many corners. Make that McLaren the widest McLaren possible. But you know, at the same time, Dan, absolutely send one on him.
Yeah.
Just send one up the inside of him. Make this the most aggressive scrap ever.
Kelly, open the door, stick your legs out, arms out, hips out, everything.
Yeah. Just let it all out as wide as possible. Dan, launch up the inside and just rip his interior door off.
That's it. This is getting interesting.
Father versus son. And let me tell you now, Kelly will tell you that he used to kick Dan's ass all the time. But they will, because he's gave me this warning, because my son is Goten Duffin, Floyd in the F1 League, my stepson. Kelly said to me, Matt, there'll be a day when he'll be faster than you, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And I said, don't you worry, I'm going to try and stop it. Kelly here, I tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be doing Jason Plato manoeuvres, parking it on the apex of the corner, let Dan just tap me up the rear, compromise his run, and go.
That's it. I would be parking it as well. I think he's going to get him.
He's not close enough. There's a send it in Dan, though. Is he going to launch up the inside? No. Thinks better of it. If Kelly spins him, Jamie says in the chat, here comes Dan then, up the inside. Emo guy's back. Emo guy and Peaceful are back out of Fury, so not sure what's happened there. We'll cut to that in a moment, though, because here comes Dan up to turn 1. Jinx left, Jinx right. Come on, Dan, don't confuse him. He is knocking on a little bit. His eyes they're not going to be as what he once was and react quick enough for that. Dan trying to hang it round the outside. Can't get the job done. Round the outside of turn 2. Come on, boy. Let's see the send it manoeuvre. Here could come possibly the Dan dive or the Kelly cut. And Dan around the outside breaks so much later. Can he hold it around the outside though? Karting lines from unorthodox compared to KLF. Can KLF get him back? Can he get him on the undercut? They're still side by side. Kelly's going wheel to wheel with his younger son. And I tell you, I think Dan's done it. Oh, can he send one? Can he send one?
Oh.
Sutty would have sent it, Kelly. You should have just lunged up his inside and panicked him.
Oh, well, that was unreal.
Now, what's happened? Yeah, what's happened to Fury? Because he's dropped down to P5 now behind Peaceful. Oh, that front end looks a little squished. Has he caught a tyre wall?
He's got a bit of an Elvis slip there, hasn't he?
He's had a moment somewhere, hasn't he? Well, there goes the P2 battle with D-Biggs.
Now, is Peaceful going to be back on Emo guy?
Oh, if he gets a podium here, that would probably be one of the most exciting podiums. We've got to decide a driver of the day, yeah? Guys, girls, in the chat, you pick yourselves a driver of the day. I'm struggling for this one. I think I've got one. Fury. Oh, he's round!
No.
Now, where's Andy? Because this could be crucial for Fury. Who's that parked at the final corner? That's May's Gamer parked up. Is he ran out of fuel? No. Well, that's a strange one. That is a strange one. He's out this race then.
He's parked up in the pit lane.
Yeah, well, just off. There's like 2 pit lanes here. There's like an extra bit of length to one that comes off before you get to the last corner. So not sure what's that. Banned from PS4. Only allowed on it Sunday, says PM Motorsport. That's right, Dan can only do a Sunday to cover the F1 and Wednesday to cover the Pro-Am. He's only allowed to commentate now. Smithy in the chat.
What track is F1 this Sunday?
Monaco.
Ooh.
Yeah. It'll be a short race for everybody, I think. Emo Guy Driver of the Day says Smithy in the chat. I think that's the way my vote's going to go as well, because he's been fantastic at the minute. Fury, though, He's got a job now to keep Andy behind him. We said about that 9-point switch. That's out the window now. It's only going to be a couple of points that he's going to gain over Andy in this race. So Andy may have clawed a few more points back tonight overall.
This is going to be the battle now.
Yeah.
Between these two. But I think
100%.
Andy's going to get him. Andy's going to have him on his corner. Fury must have damage.
Fury's carrying some damage somewhere, yeah. 100%. Emo Guy Driver of the Day as well says PN Motorsport. Andy, round the outside. Oh, and Fury just gives him enough space here. You know what I'd love to see is KLF go back in front of Unorthodox. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, just don't make one of them little silly mistakes again.
Chat, if Kelly beats Dan, chat, I think I'm going to give Kelly driver of the day. As here comes Andy then around the outside of Fury. That's where Fury did it to Biggs in the last race. Tries to brake as late as he dares, but Andy then cruises round the outside, and Fury will gain no point. Oh, he's hit another set of tyres here. That's good. These tyres are that hard. That little tap will give him damage, and that then is going to be the end of that for Fury.
Yeah. I think Dan's job done on telly.
Peaceful last lap was a good 0.6 quicker than Emo Guy. He's got 1.2 seconds to Emo Guy now, so he's got a lot of work to do on this last lap. We'll cut to this man a little later on. But Emo Guy here, excuse me. I'll be glad when this is over tonight. I can rest the voice for a bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle.
Oh, mate. Emo Guy driver of the day for Fury's granddad. Looks like the votes are going his way. Can he get a double podium? Can Peaceful, who's now got the gap just under a second, gain on him in this final couple of corners? This final sector. BT's just coming towards sector 2.
We'll switch to him in a minute.
Yeah.
I want to watch this. Emo Guy seems to be pulling away again now.
Yeah, it looks like Peaceful's had a bit of a poor sector there. Them couple of corners together. But he's going to need Emo Guy to make one mistake here because that gap's too big for him to do anything late on.
Emo Guy's just got to cruise it, really.
He can afford to, yeah.
Yeah.
He can afford to. Right, let's cut to BT Targa because he didn't do anything on race number 50, but race number 51, not only did he take pole, but he's going to get a race win here as well. What a job for BT Targa. Well, race number 51, the Team Prolapse driver brings it home across the line. D Biggs looks like he's going to come home for P2. Emo Guy was catching him towards the end, but not enough for Emo Guy. Biggs back on the podium yet again, and another P2 for him. Really doing the business for Shake and Bake. Emo Guy with another podium tonight, a third place for him. What a fantastic result. And you have to say peaceful for a P4. Fantastic. Maze Gamer will be under investigation for being parked up so many laps to then just cross the line. That's not, we either retire or finish or just get to the end. I don't, we try and encourage drivers to finish. We don't want to see them not. Fury in the end. P6 as Andy got a P5. So good results for Fury. Gary crossed the line for a P7. Dan's going to cross the line for a P8. Not the night he'd have wanted on double points. That is probably going to be his drop score. So he's going to feel no effect of them double points at all. KLF across the line ahead of his teammate Sutty. For 9th place, Sutty will get a 10th. X-Smart will get an 11th. He's had a bit of a poor night tonight as well as X-Smart. Although I say that, he got a 5th in race 1. So not a bad night, just not his best.
No, he could have had a better race, I think.
Little Leach across the line for a P12. Monkey Boy is going to get a P14 as he's not close enough to this man. Argent, who's going to get a P13. And Maze Gamer did cross the line for P15, but will be under investigation for being parked up for so many laps. Who's got the fastest lap of the race? We'll have to wait to see. Nicky, don't forget to save replay.
By looks of things, I'm going to say BT.
Yes, the one I want to check is Dan coming through the field after his damage. See if he managed to challenge him. 2-minute point 3 for BT. Bit quicker than Andy. No, Dan, 2-minute point 2 for Dan. Oh, yeah. So Dan, nobody in the 59s. Dan takes the fastest lap of the race then, so we'll get himself an extra point. Not that it's going to do a lot of difference, but BT, D-Biggs and Emo Guy. Kelly, Nicky, you want to get D-Biggs and BT into the party for it? We can have a quick chat with them while I just sort the tables out. Obviously, the tables will be determined on drop before the drop scores have taken place.
It's won't let me save.
Who's your driver of the day, Nicky?
I'm going to go with you guys. I think Emo Guy, he done really well.
Yeah, I think that's the fair one.
I was going to go for Peaceful. Peaceful, yeah. I feel sorry for Peaceful because I think I jinxed him.
Everybody jinxes Peaceful. The tables then look like this. Fury. Oh, there we go. I've been able to save the replay, so brilliant. Fury leads the way, 128. 12 points ahead of Andy, 17 ahead of Dan. Obviously, the drop scores will take place, and this will all be rearranged. BT Targa then in 4th place ahead of D Biggs. Gary in 6th place. Couple of points behind Biggs. Mace Gamer drops right off to 7th, but he's tied with Sooty Apex and Peaceful Explosion. Argent's in P10. Emo Guy up to 11th after a fantastic night. X-Mart drops to 12th. Disco down to 13th. Monkey Boy 14th. Little Leach 15th place. And Kelly close to the back of Little Leach once again here in 16th place. The team's title looks like a Shake and Bake lead the way from Sandbags Motorsport. Slingshot Motorsport are then 3rd with Team Prolapse in 4th. 5th place for Forever Forward. 6th is Leach Motorsport. 7th Simplay Racing and Audio Sport Prolapse just off the back of them. Congrats to Xmart and BT Targa, who's just joined us for their 50th race. Starts tonight. And we'll start then with Emo Guy. A P3 in that one and the driver of the day. That was a pretty decent night for yourself.
Yeah, I was not expecting to get anywhere near the positions that I managed to get. I've done little to no practice, just focusing on trying to get the car around the corners, which was very hard to do because once again my tires were absolutely dead. But I was kept on my toes all race by Peaceful. Get to clean. He was catching me on the corners every single time, but unfortunately I managed to keep it just ahead.
Yeah, like you say, you managed to keep it just there. It was a good night of battles between yourself and Peaceful. Was you catching Biggs at the end of that? Because it looked like you were slowly throughout that race just chipping away at his times.
Yeah, I did feel like I was slowly catching him a little bit. I was questioning it a little bit because I was keeping an eye on it and it was fluctuating a little bit. It was when I let Fury by that I noticed that the gap between me and Dave did get a lot bigger. But then when Fury made his mistake coming out the second to last corner, that's when I noticed that the gap was starting to come back down a little bit more. But unfortunately, we just didn't have the time to close it enough.
What happened to Fury there? Because we saw you let him through. What happened to him at the end?
I believe he got onto the curb, then hit into the tyre barrier again.
Right, so that'll explain what happened to him. Fuji next week. I believe you've gone well there in the past when we've seen you there in the past. Are you looking forward to Fuji?
Well, I'd say it's pretty much half and half of a track that requires a grippy car, and a car that has a lot of power. So I'm going to say I'm looking forward to it.
Well, best of luck for next week, and hope to see you out there. It's what's probably going to be the craziest Monaco race ever on Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one.
We'll catch you next week, buddy. Thanks a lot.
See you.
Cheers, buddy. We've got D Biggs in as well, and first of all, I'll start as I've just finished with Emo Guy. Are you looking forward to Sunday night?
I am, actually. That's going to be fun.
Oh, right, okay.
I might get an early night.
At least one of us was looking forward to Sunday night. Cracking race too tonight. You've had a decent race all night, apart from speeding in the pit lane. But good points again for yourself. Good solid result. Is this McLaren growing on you now? Are you being able to sort of push it to its limit?
Yeah, kicking myself a bit about that pit lane penalty. I could have had a good position there, but race 2 made up for it. I think I'm back where I belong. Last season was horrendous after that little commentator's curse early on in the season.
Yeah,
I don't think we've had one of those.
We won't mention that, and that's why I've not said anything this season. 2 podiums, though, for yourself. One last week, one tonight. You've got to be happy with your performance out there. The car looks in good shape.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm clicking with the McLaren now. The good all-rounder. Bit of practice in there, and we're hopefully some more podiums to come.
Not the night for your teammate.
No, he's inherited a bit of my luck. But he did well to claw back what it lost. So.
He did. What can we expect to see then next week at Fuji?
Another podium would be nice, so we'll aim for that.
Well, we wish you the best luck, buddy, and we'll see you Sunday night for what will be Carnage. Wreckfest, we'll call it.
Good luck.
Yes, it's same to you. Best of luck, buddy. And we've got BT Targer in with us as well, and Paul, it didn't go the way you wanted on your 50th race in race 1, but race 2 was a lot better from yourself.
Yeah, no, it was. I was over the moon with that performance in the second race. That's what my aim was to do, was to try and keep out of trouble and build a gap. Yeah, good pit stop, and yeah, no, it worked out. I mean, race 1, I was a little bit disappointed into that second corner. Under braking, got hit up the rear. Which put me into my teammate X-Mart, and yeah, and then I tried a bit too hard and with a bit of rear damage went off and smashed 100% my rear. So yeah, the first race was it could have been a lot better, but this made up for it by miles. I'm really pleased with it.
Obviously, the running out of fuel didn't help in terms of a few more points lost.
I'm well shocked at that. I think that's the first time I've run out of fuel in a GT3. Like, I usually just put 2 laps and that's all right.
It's all right. Dan had to dive in the pits on lap 14 for fuel as well, so he wasn't the only one.
It's a prolapse thing.
Drinking.
Pole position, though, followed by a lights to flag victory. That was mega.
Yeah, well pleased with that. Really. I'll tell you, I did notice, I don't know if anyone else did, but the track was so slippy in that second race. You know, you really had to keep, concentration high. The times were obviously slower, but yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. Whatever, it was brilliant.
And you had no rain.
Yeah, that was a result as well, because I was expecting that tonight.
Bring your pedals next week for what the weather looks like at the moment. You'd probably be quicker in a boat. Speaking about Fuji, though, what can you do next week?
This is one car I haven't put his paces round there yet, so I better get onto it. But I do remember the Merc being brilliant. I love the Merc round there, so I expect the Merc guys to be strong. I just hope we can get something out of the McLaren round there.
Now, I spoke about it in the race earlier on with Nicky. You seem to have grew in the Porsche last season. Yeah. You seem to be growing a bit quicker in the McLaren this year. Is this now a point where you can maybe start to just challenge them top 3 a bit more?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I know Andy has got that BM so hooked up is amazing, but yeah, I feel that I'm nibbling at the heels of them now. Like I'm getting there. I'm understanding the car and the setups, and so yeah, I'd like to think that I could battle with at least the top 5 every race, hopefully.
Well done.
Talking of setups,
Cheers.
what setup
Yeah.
did you use? Did you use one of Dan's?
No, it was a parky setup.
Oh, it was a parky setup. Oh yeah, Dan's not sharing, is
Dan's
he?
not sharing anymore. That was the big news. Dan's not sharing. Toys are out the pram. He's not sharing anymore. But no, well done tonight, buddy. Nicky, any final words from yourself?
No, it was a brilliant race. Race 1 was just complete drama and edge of the seat. But yeah, well done, Paul. Well done for prolapse. And
cheers, mate.
yeah, good race. Two good races. And well done to Emo for getting driver of the day.
Indeed. We'll be back live Sunday evening at 7 p.m. GMT. We'll be back live for Lights Out at the Monaco Grand Prix. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be live for because this could be a short race on Sunday night. But either way, Dan will be live with that one for full coverage of the Monaco Grand Prix, or hopefully full coverage of it anyway. And we'll be back live next Wednesday and Thursday with a Pro-Am at Fuji. Not a night race this time, middle of the day still. The 12th, 1, 2, 3 time slots. Pro-Am looks absolutely bone dry. Pro, Noah might win next week's race. But it's going to be an interesting one. Me and Nick will be live on Thursday night, as always. And Senior Davis and Junior Davis will be back live on Wednesday night for the Pro-Am. But from all of us here at Simplay Motorsport, take care. Good night.
See you later, guys.
See you later. Cheers.